This is how Longsan Chude prays as a Tibetan exile living in India. To an ordinary person, Chude's journey here would be considered extraordinary, but in Dharamsala, India, his path is a common one. Chude says he left Tibet with a group of fellow travelers 2 years ago on a pilgrimage that nearly ended his life, hiking 22 days across the Himalayas. Why did you take this terribly hard journey across the Himalayas on foot? He says, I know people died falling into water and falling from the rocks, but I took the risk because I wanted to see my guru. That would be the Dalai Lama. In Tibet, Chude was prohibited from praying to the Buddhist leader or even having his picture. Chude says his trek and his life almost ended when his group encountered Chinese soldiers on Mount Nangpala along the border between China and Nepal. What did the Chinese soldiers do when they saw your group? He says the Chinese army came along the way. They were trying to arrest us and trying to shoot us, and they were aiming to kill us, their guns pointing towards our heads. Chude says he and several other Tibetans tried to escape, but this video shows Tibetans falling to the ground after Chude says they were shot by soldiers. Chude says one soldier put the gun on a rock and pointed it at a nun. She got shot, walked a few steps, and she fell to the ground. Chude escaped that day, and 4 months ago, his wife and children joined him in India. But Chude has gone deep into debt to pay for their passage along a route much less dangerous than the one he followed. They live in a cramped one-room home, and they are desperately poor. But every day as Longsan Chude walks down this extremely steep hill to his tiny 8 by 10 foot home, he says he is thankful to be in a country that allows him to worship who he wants. He says, I feel very happy, and I know there are many Tibetans wanting to meet with the Dalai Lama, but they couldn't make it. The road's just too dangerous. I feel myself lucky because I have seen and met with the Dalai Lama. But such luck comes with a price. Chude shows me pictures of his mother and father left behind in Tibet. He says it saddens him now to know he may never see them again. Thousands of Tibetans have made the same difficult trek since China took over their country in 1959. These exiles pray for an independent and autonomous Tibet where people can worship freely without having to flee their homeland. Sara Sidner, CNN, Dharamsala, India.